Wuthering Heights unfolds in the wild, storm-battered Yorkshire moors as a story of love, revenge, and the inescapable grip of fate. The novel is framed by the observations of Mr. Lockwood, a refined yet naive gentleman who rents Thrushcross Grange, and through his eyes, and the narrative recounted by the housekeeper, Nellie Dean, we learn about the cursed history of two households, Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange, a framing narrative of mystery and disquiet. The story begins when Mr. Lockwood, seeking solitude in the remote countryside, becomes intrigued and disturbed by his landlord, Heathcliff, the enigmatic master of Wuthering Heights. Lockwood's attempts to acquaint himself with the inhabitants of the neighboring manor lead him to eerie encounters and inexplicable events, such as his discovery of ghostly impressions and strange markings that hint at deep-seated, painful histories. Unable to quench his curiosity, Lockwood implores Nellie Dean, who has served both houses for decades, to recount the past, setting the stage for an intricately woven tale of passion and retribution. The origins of a tormented legacy. Nellie Dean's narrative takes us back to a time when Wuthering Heights was the domain of Mr. Earnshaw, a kind but solitary gentleman who one day brings home an orphan named Heathcliff from Liverpool. Despite his rough exterior, Heathcliff quickly becomes both the object of disdain and the recipient of unexpected affection. While Earnshaw's son, Hindley, treats him with cruelty and jealousy, Heathcliff forges an intense, almost otherworldly bond with Earnshaw's daughter, Catherine. The wild moors and the brutal environment at Wuthering Heights provide the ideal backdrop for their passionate friendship, a relationship that grows into an all-consuming love, transcending conventional notions of refinement and societal expectations. Love, social ambition, and the seeds of destruction. The heart of the novel lies in the tortured relationship between Heathcliff and Catherine. Their connection is raw and elemental, yet it is also doomed by time and circumstance. Catherine, whose nature is as free and untamed as the moors themselves, finds herself drawn to the seemingly more genteel world represented by Thrushcross Grange. Seduced by the allure of social status and the upper-crust lifestyle embodied by the Linton family, she decides to marry Edgar Linton, a choice that shatters Heathcliff completely. Catherine's internal conflict, torn between her passionate bond with Heathcliff and her desire for secure, socially acceptable love, intensifies the emotional drama and sets Heathcliff on a dark path. Heathcliff's descent into revenge. After Catherine's decision, Heathcliff disappears from Wuthering Heights for several tumultuous years. His absence is charged with the promise of retribution. When he returns, transformed by mysterious gains in wealth and a hardened exterior, Heathcliff's sole purpose becomes revenge. No longer the mistreated foundling, he harnesses his newfound resources to systematically dismantle the lives of those who wronged him, targeting Hindley, who had degraded him, and undermining the Linton family through calculated cruelty. Heathcliff's vengeance is relentless. It infects every corner of Wuthering Heights and seeps into the lives of the second generation, entangling the descendants of both the Earnshaw and the Linton families in a web of bitterness and suffering. The cycle of destruction and the impact on the next generation. As the narrative progresses, Nellie reveals how the legacy of revenge affects those born into the strife. Hindley's son, Hareton, suffers under a cloud of neglect and abuse, while the offspring of Catherine and Edgar, Catherine Linton, find themselves caught between noble aspirations and the harsh realities of a cursed family history. Heathcliff's machinations leave almost no character untouched, creating a cycle where the consequences of inherited hatred and unfulfilled passion persist. The next generation is forced to confront the destructive power of the past and, in their own conflicts, mirror the tragic fates of their elders. The moors as a living, breathing symbol. Throughout Wuthering Heights, the Yorkshire moors serve as more than just a desolate landscape. They are a powerful symbol of the wild, unrestrained forces of nature and emotion. The rugged, untamed terrain reflects the inner lives of the characters, especially Heathcliff and Catherine, whose passions are as vast and unpredictable as the storms that lash the moorland. This connection between the natural world and the human spirit underscores one of the novel's central themes, that true passion and raw emotion defy the confines of societal norms and cannot be easily subdued. Themes of love, vengeance, and redemption. At its core, Wuthering Heights is a meditation on the dual nature of love. The novel portrays love as both transcendent and destructive. Heathcliff and Catherine's relationship epitomizes this paradox. Their love elevates them to a state of near-mythical intensity, yet it also brings immeasurable pain and ruins countless lives. Their inability to reconcile their innermost desires with the demands of the external world leads to a cycle of vendetta that devastates everyone around them. However, as the narrative draws toward its conclusion, hints of redemption and renewal emerge. The younger generation, harbingers of change, begins to break free from the oppressive legacy of hate. Though the scars of the past remain deep, there is a subtle suggestion that love, when liberated from the chains of vengeance, may offer hope for a more harmonious future. In conclusion, Wuthering Heights is more than just a tale of tempestuous romance. It is a profound exploration of the human condition, of passion, revenge, and the enduring struggle between societal expectation and the untamed spirit. Emily Bronte's masterpiece remains a compelling study in how deep emotional wounds and unquenchable desires can shape lives across generations. The novel's haunting beauty, intricate narrative structure, and unforgettable characters continue to captivate readers, inviting us to ponder whether the cycles of pain and retribution can ever be truly broken, and whether love, in its most primordial form, possesses the power to heal as well as destroy.
This is the end of the video. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you would like to support this channel, I've left the details in the description, as it helps us continue with this project. Este es el fin del video. Si te gusta este contenido, dale me gusta, suscríbete y comenta. Si te gustaría apoyar este canal, en la descripción te dejo los datos, ya que nos ayuda a seguir con este proyecto.